Observe him or her. It matters little. See the frantic dance of the performing monkey, desperate for applause. They are a bottomless well of anecdotes, a concierge of cheap delights, always ready with a joke, a compliment, a plan. They text back in seconds, their availability a constant, glaring beacon. They believe their value lies in their eagerness, in the sheer volume of the entertainment they provide. They pour themselves out like cheap wine, hoping to intoxicate, but only ever succeeding in leaving a cloying, sticky residue. And what is their reward for this exhaustive effort? A fleeting smile, a temporary reprieve from being forgotten. But soon the audience grows weary. The constant performance becomes predictable, the endless enthusiasm a grinding noise. The try-hard, in a desperate attempt to be everything, has become nothing, nothing but a tiresome ghost at the feast. They are solved, understood, and the human soul, my friend, has no time for a solved equation. Once the answer is known, the page is turned. They burn themselves out to please, only to become the very thing they feared most: boring. But what if there was another way? A path that does not lead to exhaustion, but to an ever-deepening fascination. A method not of giving, but of curating, not of pleasing, but of perplexing. For this we must turn away from the desperate marketplace of affection, and enter the quiet, velvet-lined study of a Danish spectre with a cruel smile and an uncanny understanding of the human heart. Søren Kierkegaard. He watched these frantic displays of the spirit, and he did not see generosity. He saw a profound poverty of technique, and in his masterwork, Either or, he offers a chillingly elegant alternative. He calls it the rotation method. It is not a guide to being liked. It is a manual for becoming unforgettable, an aesthetic of influence, built not on the flimsy foundation of what you give them, but on the granite of what you withhold. It is a symphony of calculated absence, a masterpiece painted in the negative space you leave behind. The first instrument in this symphony is limitation. The average man believes the key to pleasure is abundance. More time, more words, more affection. The master knows that all true, lasting pleasure is born from scarcity. Consider a romantic evening. He gives them satisfaction, but you will give them something far more potent, a perfect, unfinished memory. You end the night when the hunger is most acute. You withdraw not when the fire is dying, but when it is roaring its brightest. You do not satisfy their desire. You etch it into their soul. You teach them that pleasure with you is a rare vintage, served one perfect glass at a time, and never a drop more. They will spend their nights not remembering a full, satisfying meal, but dreaming of the exquisite taste they were so cruelly denied. Once you have mastered limitation, you must embrace its wicked cousin, arbitrariness. People are pattern-seeking creatures. They crave predictability because it gives them a sense of control. You must deny them this. You must become beautifully, maddeningly arbitrary. If you have established a pattern of calling every Tuesday, You will let 3 Tuesdays pass in deafening silence, and then send a single cryptic line of poetry on a Thursday afternoon. If you always bring flowers, you will arrive one day with nothing but a strange, knowing look in your eye. You will break your own rules with an unnerving casualness. The goal is to shatter their ability to anticipate you. They must never feel that they have you figured out. This is not random chaos. It is a deliberate demolition of their expectations. It communicates that you are not orbiting their world. You are the center of your own, and they are merely granted occasional, unpredictable glimpses. This arbitrariness creates a subtle, low-grade tension, an anxiety that the uninitiated mind mistakes for thrilling excitement. They are not on solid ground with you, and so they will cling to every word, every gesture, searching for a pattern that you will never provide. You cease to be a predictable partner and become a grand unsolvable enigma. And this leads us to the final and most sophisticated element of the rotation method. It is the one that separates the master from the merely clever, the strategic weaponization of boredom. Yes, you heard me correctly. You must learn to be deliberately, strategically boring. This does not mean you become a dull person. It means you orchestrate periods of fallow. You create a deliberate drought of stimulation. After a week of intense engagement, of brilliant conversation and dizzying highs, you retreat. You become quiet. Your replies, if they come at all, are simple, unadorned, offering no hook for further conversation. You create a vacuum. The amateur fears silence. He rushes to fill it with noise, with more trying, more performing. The master understands that silence is a canvas. When you withdraw your energy, you force them to provide their own. They will fill the unnerving quiet with thoughts of you. Why is he silent? What did I do? What is he thinking? Your absence becomes more powerful than your presence ever was. They are no longer reacting to you. They are reacting to the idea of you that they are building inside their own mind. This fallow period serves 2 functions. First, it makes your return all the more potent. When you finally break the silence with a flash of your former brilliance, it feels like rain after a long drought. It is a relief, a gift. Second, and more importantly, it makes them work. It is in the soil of this strategic boredom that the seeds of obsession take root. Do you see now? This has never been about being liked. To be liked is to be a pleasant commodity, easily consumed and easily replaced. This is about becoming a necessary source of intellectual and emotional stimulation. You are not the answer to their prayers. You are the question that keeps them awake at night. You are not a safe harbor. You are the beautiful, terrifying sea. They will not love you because you are easy. They will be unable to forget you because you are a problem they can never, ever solve.